Excuse me, gentlemen. Now, is there anything else?
Yes. You might bring Mr. De Winter a sedative.
No, nothing at all. Just leave us.
Very good.
Now, well, let's get this business over. As you seem to have worked out the whole thing so carefully, perhaps you can provide us also with a motive.
Ah, I knew you were going to bring that up, Colonel. I've read enough detective stories to know that there must always be a motive. And if you'll all excuse me a moment, I'll supply that too.
I wish you'd go home. You ought not to be here through all this.
Please let me stay, Maxim.
Surely, Colonel Julian, you're not going to allow this fellow to...
My opinion of Favell is no higher than yours, Crawley. But in my official capacity, I have no alternative but to pursue his accusation.
I entirely agree with you, Colonel. In a matter so serious as this, we must make sure of every point, explore every avenue. And, in fact, if I may coin a phrase, leave no stone unturned. Ah, here she is, the missing link, the witness who will help supply the motive. Colonel Julian, Mrs. Danvers, I believe you know everyone else.
Won't you sit down?
No offense, Colonel, but I think I'll put this to Danny. She'll understand it more easily. Danny, who was Rebecca's doctor?
Mr. De Winter always had Dr. McLean from the village.
Now, you heard. I said Rebecca's doctor in London.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, don't give me that, Danny. You knew everything about Rebecca. You knew she was in love with me, didn't you? Surely you haven't forgotten the good times she and I used to have down at the cottage on the beach.
She had a right to amuse herself, didn't she? Love was a game to her, only a game. It made her laugh, I tell you. She used to sit in her bed and rock with laughter at the lot of you.
Can you think of any reason why Mrs. De Winter should have taken her own life?
No, I refuse to believe it. I knew everything about her and I won't believe it.
There, you see, it's impossible. She knows that as well as I do. Now, listen to me, Danny. We know that Rebecca went to a doctor in London on the last day of her life. Who was it?
I don't know.
Oh, I understand, Danny. You think we're asking you to reveal secrets of Rebecca's life. You're trying to defend her, but that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to clear her name of the suspicion of suicide.
Mrs. Danvers, it has been suggested that Mrs. De Winter was deliberately murdered.
There you have it in a nutshell, Danny. But there's one more thing you'll want to know. The name of the murderer. It's a lovely name that rolls off the tongue so easily.
George Fortescue Maximilian De Winter.